I just wanted to preface this with just saying this is just how I naturally feel. I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm not trying to be interesting or like, oh yeah, challenge the norm. But like, I was really considering, I love the way that scan lines look on PVMs and BVMs and EVMs and everything. I mean, I will admit, like, I've seen, I mean, even though I haven't seen it in person, I've never seen it in person, but they look cool. But I don't think, unless if I can get one for like $200, like I've seen certain people get lucky with and everything, and get like an external degaussing thing and degaussing thing, however you say it. I don't think I'm gonna get one, and part of that not only just from the price. I mean, that's the thing. I could get one with the ones that I've gotten multiple CRTs consumer grade, so I could have gotten one, right? But like part of me just thinks about it this way. Growing up, we didn't know these existed, let alone like use them, you know? I didn't even know that, police stations and, doctors' offices, I had never seen one in my entire life. So like it just because it's not authentic. I didn't know about RGB. I never knew about it until much more recently, you know? Even with PS2 and Xbox and stuff, I didn't know about that. If I get one, I'll use it with PS2 and Xbox and stuff like that because like it's just not authentic. I don't like the way it feels. It's just one of those things like with I know you can do this certain things with Super Nintendo and everything, but like it's just not authentic to the consumer experience. To us going into like a toy store, getting something, bringing it home, you have your TV, you have composite. That's just the way it was, and I feel like I know you can make it look better, but I want to keep it traditional, you know? That's just the way I feel. Again, maybe with Xbox and PS2 and stuff like that, I kind of do want to have one just to, experiment and everything. But with certain things, I want to keep it real in that way. Just original, like this is the way we did it. I'm very big on like doing things how, it's not like everything has to be that way. Obviously, you can update and make changes and do things the way that you want to do them, but this is just the way I want to do things with this, you know? It's just I see a lot of people on Instagram and everything. I followed intentionally. I followed some that are like based mostly on PVMs and everything just to like see that. And it's cool. I do like very simple just boxy shape and it's all about the hardware and performance and just getting the best. I mean, that's the thing. The only reason I really sort of want to get one is for longevity because like they were meant to be kept on for surveillance and different things. So like you can keep it on for a long time and it's probably gonna outlive. I mean, that's the thing. We had TVs for so long. I have always had a tube TV and a VCR. There was never a period, even with HD with plasma screens, we always had tube TV. Like we were kind of old school with that, and we didn't really upgrade until later. And then we still kept the other one. And I first played Skyrim on a tube TV, like on the 360 on a tube TV, because 360 still had the composite and everything that you can use. That's just the way it was for me. I played a lot of. This is just the way I've done things for so long. So it just feels weird. I like seeing them, and I recognize it's cool if you get like certain things. The scan lines are going to look beautiful. The colors are going to be so vibrant and lush, and it's going to be great. But it's not what we had. Nobody, unless if you like worked at some place and knew about these things and were old enough. I was born 1990. There was no way for me to have known about this shit. If you were born 1980, 1970, yeah, maybe like maybe you worked someplace or you knew somebody that worked in a place that had these and they were like, "Oh, let's try this out with our console and everything." And, oh, this is the way to do things. I didn't have that. It's not my experience, so I'm not going to do it. But again, I'll probably, if I find one for a decent price that is tested and has actual images showing that it's not like totally fucked, then I'll probably grab it. It's going to be more and more difficult as time goes on because this is like what people are doing. It's like this is like the ultimate experience for retro gaming, right? Vintage. I call it vintage just because Retro is the style of vintage. Vintage is actual. But I mean, certain things just stick, you know, retro gaming, I don't know. But so I can't really like coin something new because it's not gonna people aren't gonna know what I'm talking about. Like on hashtag nobody's gonna use that hashtag like vintage video games and stuff. I don't know. But again, like even just these I mean I follow that though. In order to get certain, like out of the PS1 and the GameCube, these Trinitrons from the late 90s, early 2000s, and everything, you don't want to get one too late because it's going to be an HD CRT and it's going to be similar to HD TVs in that it will have lag with composite. So you don't want that. Certain things you got to look out for. You got to know not to use this console with an HD TV or you're going to have issues. So there's that. But these ones aren't too new. You know, one of them's 94 or something, one of them's 99, so we're all good. No HD stuff. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd point that out, put that out there. Again, I'm not trying to be interesting or anything. It's just naturally, I'm just a sucker for the old ways, right? That's just, at least with media, with technology, with art, with digital art and different, well, analog actually, but whatever, you know what I mean, with movies and with TV and video games and everything, all that stuff, good stuff, beautiful things to experience, but again, I don't know, I'm sort of a purist in that way, I guess, and I know a lot of people want to see it, just be like, let's make this look as good as it can be, but it's just, again, it's odd to me, because it's like, it doesn't feel right because it's not the authentic experience, right? But I think it's cool. All the people that love to do it, I see why, and it's beautiful, and you know it's good to look at. But I just don't know if I wanted. I'm undecided. I may honestly, I'm not trying. I may be a hypocrite. Maybe I'll change my mind, and it's like, holy shit, this is worth it. You know. I don't know though. I doubt it. I just like these ways, and it's certain things you have to mod anyway. You have to like, and I don't know how to do that. Well, I'm gonna like send it in to someone to get it looking better. It's like you can install this. You can totally take this apart and mod it. A lot of things you can actually just get like a cable for, and it totally works. You know, you don't have to do anything. Just oh, this turns into this, and it works perfectly. But I don't know. Again, just thought I'd put that out there. And honestly, and then those of you that are more less fortunate and everything, I just want to point that out too. You know, different reasons to do different things. Do not dismay if you don't have the money. If you're tight on cash like all the time and everything, and you can't get something that's $500 or however much you're gonna find it for, certain things are gonna be more than that. If you find it like perfect condition and it's like a very rare one and everything. It's fine. Like, I feel bad. If you really feel like that's what you need to do and you can't do it, then I'm sorry and I feel bad about that. But, different things, maybe you'll get. I mean, maybe I can help someone else. You know, I like to help other people when I'm able to and everything. I don't know. I just don't know if it's for me. I've said that like fucking 10 times. Anyway, love, I hope you have pleasant times.